Waheguji ka khalsa, Waheguji ki fateh. Let there be no doubt about it. Yogi Bhajan's Akal Security is a private prison and deportation profiteer. Akal is in the dark detention business of guarding immigrants and their children, acting as assistants to the U.S. government agency, ICE, or ICE, which stands for the Immigration and Customs Enforcement. For at least the past 15 years, Akal Security, which is owned and operated by a 10-member board of Yogi Bhajan followers, has been profiteering off the pain and suffering of immigrants and their families who are only looking for a better life in the U.S. These immigrants are only trying to escape gangs and thugs and other terrorists who are attacking them in the countries where they reside originally. And they come to the United States seeking sanctuary, but yet the United States government either turns them away or arrests them and holds them in detention with their children. And for some time, they were actually separating the children from the parents. Now, this Bhajanist 10-member board that controls Akal Security and the other Yogi Bhajan organizations is the same board that controls all the other Yogi Bhajan orgs, like SikhNet, 3HO, Kundalini Research Institute, and Sikh Dharma International. All of these Yogi Bhajan organizations work hand in glove with Akal Security and receive millions of dollars in grants from Akal Security to support Yogi Bhajan's tantric yoga agenda. Now, in these pictures you're looking at is the campus where all of these Yogi Bhajan organizations have their headquarters. And they call it Hacienda de Guru Ramdas. SikhNet, 3HO, Sikh Dharma International, they're all located right there in the central place. And they work together in funding these Yogi Bhajan organizations through the billions of dollars of contracts that Akal Security has with the U.S. government. Now, Akal Security subcontracts with CSI Aviation, which Akal brags about online. This federal databases show that over the past 5 years, CSI has received more than $383 million in contracts with ICE's Detention, Compliance, and Removals Office for air charter services. A 2014 Los Angeles Times story characterized CSI as the largest private contractor for ICE, this Immigration Customs Enforcement. ICE Air, they call it, with more than $560 million in related contracts since 2010. And I put a link here in the description to the video to Akal's website where it shows who we serve, so you can see the proof of that. There was also an article in the Albuquerque Journal, which I'll put a link to, which talks all about this and how Albuquerque was questioning whether they would allow to have this air service based in Albuquerque because of Albuquerque's policies where they want to treat immigrants well. Now, the director of SikhNet, Gurumustuk Singh, is so worried about this dark image of Akal Security that is being created for Akal's partner, SikhNet. Like I said, they all work together as partners. That yesterday, Gurumustuk gave an emotional comment on my YouTube video about Akal Security assisting ICE. Gurumustuk, in what seems like, to me, an emotional outburst, says, "This is totally false." That's a quote from Gurumustuk. And then Gurumustuk goes on to protest that Akal no longer has a contract with ICE at the U.S.-Mexico border. But Akal's website says differently. I looked it up on there, and they actually have all of California, New Mexico, Texas, where they have all of their locations that they work with this ICE, this Immigration Customs. So, Now, Gurumustuk goes on to protest that Akal no longer has a contract with ICE at the U.S.-Mexico border, but Akal's website says differently. And Akal, supposedly, according to Gurumustuk, still has a contract with ICE in Florida. Now, I'm waiting for a statement from Gurumustuk that Akal supposedly gave recently, according to Gurumustuk, on their involvement with guarding immigrants and their children. I'm still waiting for this. And by the way, Akal, you just saw that statement from Akal on their website about how they serve this ICE and how they assist ICE in detention of the immigrants. They have not changed that on their website. And it's been a couple days now since I talked to Gurumustuk. And he had said that he had talked to Akal about changing it. So I either gather that Akal doesn't care, or they really do have involvement with ICE in these different states and are dealing with immigrants at the border. I just don't know yet. But at any rate, I don't think this matters. It still doesn't change the fact that Akal Security is profiting from the misery of others, because it is clear that Akal had been assisting ICE along the Mexico border for many years and is still guarding immigrant families and assisting ICE in Florida. Akal's website, under Homeland Security Customer Story, as I mentioned before, still states Immigration and Customs Enforcement is located in El Centro, California, Florence, Arizona, El Paso, Texas, and Miami, Florida. And these are the locations that Akal Security lists on their website where they assist this ICE. Now, Akal goes on to say, a principal mission of the new Department of Homeland Security, DHS, is the effective enforcement of immigration laws. DHS has turned to Akal to ensure the quality of critical contract detention services in 4 large DHS centers where foreign nationals await deportation. Akal provides 700 officers to staff and secure the facilities. DHS officials consistently report that Akal's effective recruiting, training, supervision, and managerial programs made a positive difference in supporting their national security efforts at all their facilities. So Akal is obviously bragging about how they assist the ICE and immigration authorities in detaining these immigrants and deporting them back to Mexico or keeping them in detention here in the United States. Now, it is the height of hypocrisy that while Yogi Bhajan's SikhNet 3HO and Sikh Dharma International received millions of dollars in grants from Akal Security, who for many years have profited off of the misery immigrants and their families endure at the hands of U.S. government immigration policy, the Sikh Dharma's Secretary General has made a statement and published this letter on June 20th, 2018, condemning the U.S. government for causing pain and suffering to immigrants and their children when they were separating children from the parents. Now, I'll put a link to this statement from the Sikh Dharma International Secretary General in this description. And they have a place there for comments. And I'd be interested if you make a comment there, if they delete it or not. Let me know. Let me know what they say. Now, Akal Security subcontracts with Albuquerque-based CSI Aviation, that I mentioned before, which is the subject of a protest that was held on June 22nd. And I'll put all the description to the protest and what they're protesting here in the description to the video. Just briefly, it says here, join us, we rally on March, June 22nd to hold CSI Aviation accountable. Started by Alan E. Way, W.E.H., this is the owner of the company, a decorated colonel veteran and supporter of the Republican Party, CSI Aviation is a private-owned business, mainly staffed by top-ranking military Alan E. Way. Also grants his family members positions within the company, making the Way family as a whole benefit off the backs of our relatives, making millions off of deportations. 2010, Alan E. Way ran for governor of New Mexico on an anti-immigrant platform and wanted to bring SB 1070 to New Mexico. When confronted, CSI Aviation said they provided humanitarian services for the U.S. government. Between 2006 and 2010, DHS, Department of Homeland Security, granted them over $500 million in contracts for deportation flights and for deportation buses. So AKAL works with this company in guarding these, the CSI, in guarding these immigrants that are deported. And so they make millions off of the suffering and pain of these people who are only trying to seek asylum here in the United States. And Trump, by the way, now wants to just do away with the courts and just ship them all back. So AKAL would be instrumental in shipping these immigrants who are seeking asylum back to their own countries without due process. It's really appalling. So it says here then over $500 million contracts, deportation buses, ICE and their complicity in tearing families apart. Although their contract is over, they must be held accountable for their actions because they still have ongoing contracts with DHS through the U.S. I guess this contract ended June 30th, which is tomorrow. Now, this is an article in the Santa Fe Reporter where they talk about some of these issues. And it says here in the Santa Fe Reporter, obviously the Sikh Dharma Company isn't responsible for the more controversial policies of its biggest client, the federal government. But it has proved happy to carry them out. All of these assisting in deportation, assisting in the separation of families, but it has proved happy to carry them out. For instance, AKAL guards illegal immigrants on government-chartered flights from Tucson, Arizona to Mexico City, working under the deportation contractor CSI Aviation Services of Albuquerque. CSI was founded by a former New Mexico Republican Party chairman, Alan Way, W-E-H. This year, AKAL gave Way $2,000 for his failed gubernatorial campaign. So that's a fact, that AKAL Security donated $2,000 to this Alan Way. And of course, you know, they want to get the contract again, so they want to donate to his political campaign so that they can continue doing these guarding these deportations. It means millions in contracts. AKAL Security has like billions of dollars in contracts with the U.S. government. Now, I think that when Sikhs and yoga students wake up to the fact that SikhNet and 3HO are doing nothing but enlightening their bank accounts to the pain and suffering of others, they won't want to shell out more dollars to the endless donation campaigns of SikhNet and 3HO's infinite levels of teacher training classes and their tantric yoga / Satnam Fest scams. Now, as many of you know, my name is Gurumustuk Singh, and I was in the Yogi Bhajan group for some 30 years. I read a book and talked to many traditional Sikhs about all of the un-Sikh-like practices that are going on there in the Yogi Bhajan organization around 2009. And it was a real eye-opener for me about all of these different scams and these money-making deals that Yogi Bhajan was involved in. And now I believe this is just a extension of that this AKAL Security is making money off of the pain and suffering of immigrants that, like I said, only want to come here to the United States to seek a better life, to escape these awful conditions that they're coming from in these countries in Central America and South America. Really, I think it's just unconscionable how SikhNet and these supposedly peace-loving and yoga organizations like SikhNet and 3HO accept grants from this AKAL Security, accept money from them, and when AKAL Security is involved in all of this, assisting U.S. government in detaining these immigrants who, like I said, only want to escape these awful conditions. Now, I saw a lot of this, like I said, these scams and things, and when I was in 3HO back in the 1980s, it was toner boiler rooms. And I'm really ashamed to say, but I was involved in that. And we would lie to people on the phone. Yogi Bhajan would come in and tell us that there's no karma on the telephone, things like this. And so this 3HO, this Kundalini Research Institute, all these people involved in this have a long history of trying to get money out of people and to basically get money for doing nothing. I'm sure that many of you have experienced these teacher training courses, if you're a yoga student, where they charge exorbitant amounts of money, and they teach these questionable Kundalini Yoga practices and teachings of Yogi Bhajan. It's been shown now through academic studies and other personal accounts that Yogi Bhajan made up these Kundalini Yoga exercises, and I believe that these exercises really do nothing more than get you very tired out, and they'll put a gong bath, they call it, and get you completely buzzed out and spaced out, I guess is the word, and then you're more susceptible, I believe, to joining this cult. And so, like I said, it was very hard for me to get out. Once you're in there, in this cult, you have many friends and family that are involved in it, and so it's very difficult to get out of it, because you want to rationalize why you spent all this time doing all these silly yoga exercises and occult practices. And you're looking at some of the pictures of some of this that goes on. It's completely against traditional Sikh values and code of conduct to be doing this type of thing. And so I've always said, since I left the group and talked to other traditional Sikhs about 3HO and about Yogi Bhajan's organizations, that they are using the good name of the Sikh religion to promote their tantric yoga agenda. They twist the Gurbani and the Sikh scriptures in order to fit their Yogi Bhajan tantric yoga agenda. So I want to make people aware of this, and I've written a book called Confessions of an American Sikh. I'm happy to send you a free PDF copy of the book. You just write me. I will put my email address at the description end of this video, and write me and I'll send you a free PDF copy of the book. It tells about my experiences that I went through growing up, and then when I joined the Yogi Bhajan cult about 30 years ago. It's been like actually almost 40 years now that I was in the group in the late 70s when I joined. Alternatively, I have it on Amazon. It's only, I think it's 99 cents or something if you don't want to write me. But again, I encourage you to investigate this. If you donate to Akal Security, or not, sorry, if you donate to SikhNet or 3HO or in these organizations, I suggest that you write them and you tell them that until they stop these practices of assisting U.S. government immigration officials, that you are going to stop donating, and until they stop, you're going to just withhold your donations. And I would suggest that for yoga students too, that you stop taking their teachers training until they change these practices. They're really causing pain and suffering to people who only want a better life. Well, thank you for your time. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.